Among Us, a highly attractive social deduction game. This game is predicted to be one of the highest score mobile games, and that's why in this video we share with you some of the top tips and tricks you can use to win as a crewmate or imposter. But before, let's have a tour of the game's content and rules. Among Us takes place in a spaceship where between 4 and 9 crewmates are trapped with 1 to 3 imposters, aka murderers, who try to murder the crew sneakily. In default mode, which takes place in SKELD map, the spaceship has 14 sections, some of which are especially important. You can see them with red circles on the map. In cafeteria, you can call emergency meetings to discuss and find the imposter. In admin, you can access a map that shows the location of each player. Finally, in security, you can use CCTV cameras to monitor abnormal activities. Note that whenever someone uses security cameras, they flash on and off with a red light. Now, to win the game, the crew should either complete all the tasks or discover who the imposter is. Tasks are shown in the upper left part of the screen, and the total number of tasks equal the number of bars in the taskbar. The crew can report dead bodies when find them. The imposter, on the other hand, can murder the crew by approaching them, or alternatively sabotage the ship, so that the crew should either wait or complete other tasks to keep the ship running. If the crew don't fix the damage in time, the imposter wins. Now, here are the tips and tricks for the crew to win the game. The best time for imposter to kill a crewmate is when they are far from others or security cameras. So, try to play close to cameras or to more than one player as much as you can. This way, even if the imposter catches you, other crewmates are able to report him. A visual task can be seen by other players when someone is doing it. For example, in the weapons section, if a crewmate is actually using weapons, others can see rockets firing from the spaceship. So, if you see a player staying at a visual task area, but you don't see the outcome, chances are that he's an imposter just pretending to be a crewmate. As you see, it's important to know visual tasks. Let's take a look at other visual tasks in a SKELD map. For non-visual tasks like download data or swipe cards, check the taskbar. If it filled up, it shows that someone did a task for real. Our third tip is about sabotages. The imposters sometimes sabotage only to set a trap for crewmates. So, if you're going to fix a sabotage, make sure you're moving in groups. Don't be too fast or too slow. Voting is important. The imposter tries to play crewmates against each other. So skip voting unless you're completely sure about the imposter. Only imposters can use vents. So if you saw someone jumping into or coming out of a vent, call an emergency meeting and report him. After we covered tips for crewmates, it's time now to share tips for imposters. But before, if you're enjoying this video, it would be great if you could leave a like and subscribe to this channel. We plan to share new game videos like best action mobile games and you won't miss them if subscribed. Without further ado, let's dive into some tips and tricks when playing as an imposter. Imposters are not able to do tasks, but if the task is non-visual, no one can realize that you are just pretending to do it. So, you can deceive the crew by standing in a task area for a few seconds and report in the meeting that you were doing that particular task. Imposters can sabotage the ship to stop crewmates from completing tasks. Sabotages include locking doors, extracting oxygen, damaging the reactor, turning off the lights, and disrupting communications. You can stay in the area where the sabotage needs to be fixed and wait for the crew to come and then murder them. Only imposters can use vents. They are useful especially if you murder a crewmate and want to escape from the crime scene, but make sure no crewmate is nearby when using vents. After a dead body reported, try to cover for a crewmate. For example, you can say, red and green are safe. This way they are less likely to vote against you. Also, you can indirectly accuse silent players of murder by saying, for example, Hing is kinda suspicious. Remember that staying silent in the meetings is not always a practical strategy to win as an imposter. That's it. That was our guide and tips to enjoy Among Us. Hope you enjoyed this video. We will soon post a video on awesome action mobile games, so make sure you subscribe to our channel to get notified. Also check our previous video on fun and useful apps. See you in next videos. Cheers.